Right, well, I'm here with Lukey. Yeah, hey Lukey. Lukey's like really like butting me and stuff, aren't you, Lukey? Lukey gets jealous of the phone because he knows. Lukey is my amazing dog, and he's taught me more about life than human life has, I tell you. I really mean that. Well, he's taught me more that's worth knowing. Don't stand on the stuff there. Don't ruin mummy's stuff. No. Come on, over here. Over here. Sorry, wait. Sit. I'm going to sit in like a baby and babysit you, aren't I? You're gonna. He destroys things. I know all this. I don't know why. I'm the only one that actually thinks these. I might watch this video back to check it. So I don't even know who I'm talking to right now. If you're watching this, I guess it's you. Anyway, yeah, why? I do these videos, I've said this every time, but just in case it's the first one, anyone, no one watches. I have a thought, and that's when it comes. I don't plan them. Does it look like a plan? Does it sound like a plan? Yeah, and the thought I just had was the thought about that age old thing, yawn, but I just had thoughts about it that I wanted to get down because I had these thoughts before, I don't think, not like this anymore, about death, what happens, and the possible connection with DMT, dimethyltryptamine. Apparently you release shitloads of it when you have REM, you sleep, and there's a theory you release loads of it when you are born, or when you are created. Everything apparently. And then you have, apparently maybe when you die as well. So anyway, I just was just thinking whether or not it really is related to being similar to when you die. I think it's quite logical to think that, when you dream, you aren't aware of the fact you live, not like, like now, physical realm consciousness, awake, conscious you call that. Because you have conscious and then you have unconscious or subconscious, right, yeah? And I don't think subconscious and unconscious are two different things. I think they're different ways of describing that state. I think there is just conscious and then not conscious, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that off the top of my head. Now, when you are asleep, not conscious. Awake now, conscious. Daydreaming, not conscious. Realise you're daydreaming, conscious. Paying attention, conscious. Not paying attention, not conscious. Right, you see what I'm saying? See where I'm going with this? Therefore I think alive, conscious, dead, unconscious. Right. Now, I think it's quite funny the way, and quite sort of it's quite crazy, it's quite what the fuck, and it's quite like, oh, how sweet, you're so wet behind the ears. And I'm talking about nearly every human, when we are just somehow programmed and brainwashed into thoughts come from our head because it's the brain. The brain controls the body, but I say, off the top of my head, and I said it a minute ago, do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, what's going on in my head? Why would it just be my head? I think that there's if you want to, the you, the me, whatever, this is a vehicle, the whatever is driving it, yeah, that you can't see physically, that I don't think is just in the head, around the brain. I think it's all around me and through me and in this physical thing, this vehicle. I think it completely engulfs it, and I think it does it at the same time. I think it seems to control this in a way that the brain technically doesn't drive it. If you know what I'm saying. It does other stuff, but it's not obviously needed. It doesn't need the body, and I don't think the body needs it either. It's just nice to have it, and I think the two complement each other. I think the real me, let's call it a soul. I hate the word, but let's call it the soul, like spirit. I think the spirit likes the body because it can experience stuff in a physical way, and that's quite novel to a spirit and a soul, because when you're asleep, think about it, yeah, that's when you are pure spirit. You don't feel anything physical. You don't know what smells are. Now you seem to look at stuff, right, or see visions, images, But it's not like looking through these eyes now. Think about it. And things you hear, and this is another one, think very carefully about this. You might hear people communicating or saying stuff, but do you ever talk in your dreams? Think about it. Actually talk. When I thought about this long and hard, I realised I've never spoken in a dream. Interesting. I've never smelt anything in a dream. I've been woken up by my dog's farts. That's different. Yeah, so where I'm going with that is I think that the body is completely obsolete when you're dreaming. Therefore, when you die, obsolete. Therefore, you are living in a different life. Now, I mean, I know this is it sounds a bit hippy trippy and but when you're in, this awake state, and we're brainwashed into thinking, no, this is the main one. We just sleep for rest, and ignore those dream things. Hang on, that's a different life. That's a different reality, and when you're there, it's as important as this one feels now. So which is more important? Well, how about you just don't compare? Yeah, you just deal with the fact they're both important, or they're both not, whatever you want to do. If you're a pessimist, they're both not important. If you're an optimist, yeah, they're both great. So there's that. Now, when I stupidly smoked a big amount of DMT for the first time ever, and just didn't expect or think what was going to happened, the best way I could explain it without going into it at all was that I was in the dream sort of state, the subconscious, but I was conscious right now at the same time. Very confusing, extremely scary. When you talk about soul destroying, ego destroying, yeah, all for the good, but I don't think I'll ever do that again. It was like, I nearly had a heart attack, and yeah, that 5 minutes apparently is all it was. I could go on forever about what happened. Anyway, that comes back to the beginning of the question. When you die, is it like being in a deep dream, or is it like being on that DMT where you're kind of conscious of both? I don't think you're going to be conscious of both. I'll tell you why. When I've had these deep trips, I'm not in the room I'm in here. Even though I'm conscious if I open my eyes, and it's very confusing, I'm not here if I close my eyes at all. And like when you're dreaming, so if there was an object hidden, for example, in here, and then I was tripping my nuts, so I don't think I'd be able to find it. If I kept my eyes closed, I'm in a different reality. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's safe to say that when we die, providing we let go, I don't think we're going to be conscious of this reality at all. I think that there is a connection to the memories and stuff, and the Akashic records. I think it's a really real thing, and that's not physical. So I literally think that's when they talk about heaven and hell. I think you make whatever you make. You decide. Unless you're just someone that can't let go, can't admit to your own fucking existence or your own failures, your own anything, and you're just going to pass the buck and blame like people do, and therefore you're not going to let go, and you're just going to be in for a hell ride. Otherwise, I think you make your own. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to work out, and I think I have just worked out, that DMT trip shows you what it's like. The reason I think, it's there, and I think tribes and that do it, is to give you a fucking shock and to show you and say, right, there are two realities. You can experience them both at the same time with this shit, but it's fucking not that nice. But there we go. You've learnt a big lesson now. Now go off and be a man, right? It made a man out of me, trust me. And yeah, so I think that's what it is. I think that when we die, I think it is going to be similar to a deep dream, or like that DMT trip, but you're not going to be conscious of this. So just learn to let go of this. Yeah, because it's so much better when you can just create whatever you want, and it's as real as anything, like the best dream ever. Trust me, you don't even know you. It's as real as it's realer. It's realer than this. Trust me, it's realer than this. I can't explain how I can describe that. It's way more real than this. When I was closing my eyes on the DMT trip, it was like this here, this reality, 3D reality. I could laugh at it. It just seems so tacky and bullshit. Simulation. Yeah. And that other realm. Do anything, be anything, going. Oh, there are no limits. So yeah, I think that sums up. I think I've answered my own question. Yeah, it's like a really kick-ass dream.